Boy, there's a big one. Got him.
Yeah?
That didn't take long.
No. First drop.
No. Big walleye. Look at that thing there. Look at that. Wow.
That's a good one for the
What
first.
do you think about him?
That's
Well, how do you like
size.
What if I told you we actually started fishing about 15 minutes ago?
I don't even think that much.
Here,
Maybe
we'll
10
get it.
minutes
We got to
ago.
get this fish off. That's a beauty. That's a big one. There, come here, buddy. Wow, beautiful fish. Look at that. What do you think about that? That's cool. We'll get her back in the water. That fish came out of pretty deep. We want to get her back pretty quickly. Wow. There we go. You know, right now Troy and I are at Sunset Country, Ontario, on Gullrock Lake, and what we want to talk about is trophy fishing opportunities in Canada. You know, we're up here right now. It's the second week of September, and this is absolutely prime time for catching lots and lots of big fish. You know, over the years, I've actually spent a lot of time. Right now, we're on the main artery in Sunset Country, or one of them. It's called Highway 105, and we're on the end of the road. But over the years, I've spent time on Lac Sewell, Perrault, Cedar Lake, the Indian chain. In every one of these fisheries, if you want to go to really some fabulous, I mean, we're talking lots and lots of big fish. I mean, all different species of fish. Everything from crappies, walleyes, muskies, big pike, whitefish, lake trout. This is a really, really unique area. This whole strip of water through here is just fantastic. But we're going to talk a little bit about trophy fishing in Canada. You know, so many people go up to a place like Gullrock Lake up in Canada, and they go out fishing and they want to start fishing immediately. One of my suggestions would be, unquestionably, is to go out and spend some amount of time with your electronics just looking for fish, looking for bait fish, looking at the habitat, how the fish are positioned on the habitat, because that would really give you at least a good inkling on how to start whatever fish you're fishing for. Right now we're looking for big whopper walleyes. It's the second week of September, so we're hunting anywhere between 25 and 35 foot on these big main lake points that dump off into deep water. We actually have a wide variety of different presentations in the boat, you know, whether it be jigging, bottom bouncing, live bait rigging. We got a lot of stuff to fish, but how do you want to approach catching them?
Yeah.
Classically, to catch really big ones, you can't beat a live bait rig and a big minnow. Technique that Troy and I got on this particular point to what we've been doing is jig trolling. And this is just a 1/2 ounce VMC Moon Eye jig with a 3.5 big bite suicide shad on it.
Oh, I didn't have the handle out. I should have. That clam extend handle. It's a little better one. All right.
The presentations are really sort of dynamically different because we're not casting the bait out and jigging it back.
Nailed that.
What we're doing is I'm getting on the trolling motor and I'm running at about 0.5 to 0.8 miles an hour, and we just take the baits and throw them in back of the boat. And you want to let out just about enough line so the bait is close to the bottom or intermittently hitting the bottom. A lot of times what I like to do is to hit the bottom, then I reel it up a little bit so the bait is running like 2 or 3 feet off the bottom, and that tail's going like this, doop, 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 doop. And it's a fabulous technique in the fact that you can actually cover quite a bit of water.
That works.
I've caught a lot of big fish on these lakes at different points in times with this presentation.
Back you go.
This is another rig that we use a lot throughout the summer and into the fall. That's a really great technique, and I've caught a lot of really big walleyes on it. It's simply the bottom bouncer and an original Rapala. This actually happens to be a 13, a bigger one. I'm targeting pretty big fish. This lake, they feed on a lot of Cisco's and Tulibis. I think Troy's got a number 11 broken back, but I got a 3 ounce bottom bouncer, and what we're gonna do is just drop it down to the bottom and move really quickly. And some of these spots are so big, he's got, well, how long did that take?
A minute?
He got it down to the bottom, he's got one on.
Yeah, it was a good minute.
The nice thing about this rig is in the fact that your ability to cover a lot of water really quickly. You know what I mean? That's the nice thing about the bouncer in the original Rapala. A lot of these spots are really big flats. You come up to a lot of these big Canadian lakes, and the bars, like this particular bar here, is, you know, it's a half a mile long. You know, so, but what, I just drove over it. We put a bunch of waypoints and coordinates, and there's fish spread out all along this edge of this big wind-blown point. So what we're gonna do is get down and start moving along at about, this is a little bit faster technique. We're gonna be rolling at about 0.8 to about 1.2 miles an hour. This is the first time I've been up to this area with a forward-facing sonar like Hummingbird's Mega Live, but it's really sort of interesting. See, those are actually walleyes out in front of the boat. I'm looking 60 feet out. We're in about 25 foot of water, but right on the edge of the ledge. But what it does is, like right now we're dragging live bait rigs, and I can actually see where I want to pull the boat over. Where you can see I can scan around to my left and right. Nope, there's another one. See that right there? That's another nice one there. You can look down on 2D sonar. The fish is just slipping underneath the boat. Hit it on spot lock. Go reeling down until you tighten up and go like that. And then you go like that. And then you get Mr. Whopper. That's what it is. Ooh. I know one thing, the icons have been getting a little workout today. It's one thing that's fun. You come up into this area, it's just like, you pull up on every spot you go to. I mean, we've caught fish on just about every spot you go on. It's just like amazing. Okay, let's see what we got here.
What we got?
Right about.
All right, see the bait.
Right about there you go. Come here, buddy.
Scooper?
That's what I mean. It's just like, what?
Real nice one.
What? Look at that. Not a giant, but a very, very nice fish, considering when you go out throughout the course of the day and you're gonna catch a bunch of these, you know what I mean? That's what's really fun about coming up to this region. It's just amazing. The quality of the fishing is just stunning for just about every different species of fish you fish for.
Sunset Country welcomes you back. All you need is a passport to rediscover the wilderness and make dreams a reality. In Sunset Country, there's more lakes than people, a multi-species mecca for walleye, pike, bass, muskie, and trout. Ontario's bigger than Texas and closer than you think. Rekindle your passion and experience the greatest fishing destination on earth, Ontario's Sunset Country.